Hey guys, what's going on? Will here, Flawless Crested Geckos, coming to you guys yet again with another video this week. And this is Thursday, so you guys know this is going to be one for the Diamond series. And we constantly wonder, with this series where, if it's time to end this series, it's just going to be time to end this series. But we have a ton of geckos, and not only a ton of geckos, we do not push to sell. That is the primary objective of a business, is to make revenue and profit, but we kind of structured ourselves in a way, hopefully trying to provide a safety net for some of our projects. So a lot of the time, whether male or female, especially male, we tend to hold back extremely very important pieces of our puzzles as we move forward in certain projects, and then we start holding back backups. So as the years continue to progress, you guys are going to be subjected to a lot of different breeders, pairings, and I don't want to say some males and females will be obsolete, because that's the wrong choice of words, but I'll say, for lack of a better expression, I'll use the term of they'll be benched, for a season or two here and there. Being able to hold back very specific combinations and, expressions of certain genes and phenotypes and things like that, it allows us to be extremely selective with our pairings. Since we're able to do it full time, we're also able to allot a large portion of our time in moving our breeding pairs around, whether it's moving our males to specific breeding females, and keeping proper records to keep track of everything that's going on here at Flawless. So what that does is that also allows us to, be very objective when reviewing and looking over some of our hatchlings. A lot of time we don't put our hatchlings or our availability out there until they're around, 15, 20, 25 grams, sometimes 30 grams before you've even, seen the gecko for the first time. We do that so we can evaluate them properly for us. We try to make ourselves primary customer number one. Therefore, we can continually, as the years progress, not only keep our excitement very, very high, because we're always very anxious on what we're going to produce, but at the same time, we're constantly moving in a direction that we want to go in. All right, guys. So in this diamond series we're going to talk about is going to be along the lines of super dials. We got into super dials very, very late. This is a phenomenal super dial, and we acquired from Brian over at Altitude Exotics a couple years ago. This coming season is, I believe this season is her first breeding season. So this is going to be Poltergeist. Poltergeist comes from, like I said, Altitude Exotics and some of his very, very infamous super dial lines. We held on to her because we literally watched her shed after shed after shed literally engulfed in spots, and her display was truly remarkable and on par with the rest of what we call, or what we coin, our high-end super dial program and ink blotch program. We wanted to be so selective with that project that we only were really acquiring the best of the best when it came to super dials, since we were so late into that game. We also have confettis, where we're doing the same thing, same practice. We also have Mardi Gras, where we're working with that as well. And Mardi Gras is a little bit more of a rare, multicolored Dalmatian line. Confetti is pretty much, isolated to Altitude Exotics line, since they were the ones who actually, or he was the one who actually coined, and I don't want to say invented, but created, discovered the confetti line. So where are we going with the super dial projects? We are holding back a lot, and that's one specific project. If you're going to get anything from this specific Diamond Series video this week, understand that Dalmatians and super dials and ink spots, Guys, if it's a word to the wise, if you're listening to anything I say in this video, that is one project you are going to want to hold on to your offspring, and let them progress. If you have amazing, ink spots and dials and super dials, and you're producing phenomenal babies, and you're looking for, number one, make sure you have backups, males and females. But also, if you're trying to move it forward, whatever direction you're going in, whatever your goal is set on, make sure you're holding back pretty much more than necessary. A lot of the time, you have the ugly duckling. For lack of a better expression, that after a few sheds, a few grams, they really start pouring it on, as far as the expression of that Dalmatian trait. And a lot of time they can overcome, your primary pick, from a few grams, 5, 6, 10 grams. And next thing you know, they get up to 20 grams, 25 grams, and they look completely different. And they keep progressing from there. So there's been two morphs that has done that drastically, which for us is our high whites, our non-lily white high whites, and our super dials. So they literally completely transform. So if you're an ink spot super dial fan, you're going to want, that's the one tip I would tell you guys about that. Hold on to them a little while longer. Even if you don't keep everything and grow everything out, that's completely fine. Everybody is working within the infrastructure that they have in place. But with those programs, you are really going to want to hold those back. Hold on to them for a little while before finalizing what picks you're going to make that will move you forward. So that's enough talking about that. Let me go ahead and show off Poltergeist, and you guys are going to love her.
Hey guys, Flawless Crested Geckos here, Will, Audra, and we're here to tell you about our Patreon.
Yes, going through tough times, you got to know that Flawless is always going to have your back. If you go over to patreon.com/flawlesscrestedgeckos, you'll see all the perks and benefits it is there for you to come and support us on our Patreon. $50 a month turns around and goes right back into your Flawless Crested Geckos savings account for you to use towards your next purchase.
Any purchase. We also give awesome benefits such as 5% off the top of the price of the gecko. We give free merchandise, t-shirts, we have stainless steel tables, tools, yes. All kinds of goodies. We also give free shipping to our members all year round, no blackout dates. And, we give awesome tips, or we think we do anyway.
That's right. So go over to patreon.com/flawlesscrestedgeckos.
And join our family.
Yes. So, guys, here is Poltergeist. So, check her out. She is truly a stunner. Love how the camera is picking up. So, she's a yellow base Dalmatian. Super dial, really cool tail. So thankful she didn't throw her tail, because her tail is gorgeous. For her having so many spots, they are really spaced out nicely. It almost gives her like some type of a depth when it comes to the spotting. She's just laid a set of eggs, so she's gonna put her weight right back on as soon as she get her some gecko diet and bugs. But she don't look too shabby from just laying a set of eggs. Love the cluster of spots up on her head. Love her dorsal. She has almost a brindle pattern, along with being that yellow base. Our goal with a lot of our super dial projects is to really go for that pale white base. And believe it or not, starting with that yellow base has gotten us several pale white base when paired to some of our actual red super dial males, which we have several of. But check that tail out, so cool. Let's see if she'll cooperate with showing off her spotty little belly. Focus. She has a spot underneath her crest line up by her eyes. It's just spots everywhere. Spots on her kneecaps. She is gorgeous. So here, this female here is absolutely amazing. She's been producing, whoop, good catch, nicely for us. But at the same time, if we were grading her for our expectations, I would mark her as a high B plus, almost an A, but not quite. Our expectations a little higher for ourselves. So I can definitely see her being a staple in the program for a little while longer. We have some offspring from her that looks like they're heading in the right direction to outdo her, which will be really, really cool. Put a little bit more size and structure on her head. But overall expression of dial spots is insane on all her babies, even at young ages right now. So this, like I've said in the past, is not one of those ones where I say, oh, well, you know what, this gecko is going to be here forever. She's going to be here for quite some time. She has, definitely a project to head up for us. But she won't be one that will be probably breeding every year. After we actually upgrade from her, she'll probably hang around as a backup for a year or two. Secure, make sure that we're still continuing in the right direction, and then at that point maybe release her. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed her. We really love her. We think that, she is absolutely phenomenal. She really, really is. We just want to keep moving in the right direction. She's a huge part of our Super Dow program, and she's truly phenomenal. She really, matches up well with tons of other Super Dows out there on the market. We don't claim to have the best Super Dows in the world. There's a lot of other people that have, Super Dows better than ours. We're just kind of aspiring. We have this vision we want to achieve with the Super Dow program, the confetti program, and we're just chasing it. Just, like everybody else should be chasing whatever their projects and whatever their dreams and goals are. Hopefully you're liking these videos. Again, the Super Dow project is a really, really cool project. For anyone wondering why did we start late on that project, it was because before we had the vault, which is our facility, we kept everything in-house. And we ran into infrastructure limitations, which is what we preach about on Patreon as far as planning out your business. And we did not have the space to be able to venture off and do projects that were not our primary focus at that time. Having the ample space that we have now, it allows us to do a ton of different things, even before expanding and doing Flawless Exotic Creation startup. So we can do a ton of different things on a high level. We can actually experiment with certain things where we're like, okay, let's try this, let's try that, figure out whether you even like something or not, and not be so strict to only going in one direction. So it's having the facility has allowed us to make some incredible animals, number one, and now we're getting to really, really enjoy a project that we wouldn't have if we didn't have the facility at this point. So anyway, hopefully you're enjoying the series. Hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. It's Will, Flawless Crested Geckos, and we out.